Hello and welcome back to Word Unlocked. I'm Jake.
And I'm Sarah. And today's word is one that requires a very specific tone of voice. Because if you use this word wrong, or if someone uses it on you and you don't recognize it, the whole conversation goes sideways.
Yes, this word lives in the gap between what someone says and what they actually mean. Sarah, the word.
Sarcastic.
Sarcastic. Let's learn it.
Sarcastic means you say one thing, but you mean the opposite, usually to mock something, or to express frustration, or to make a dry joke. The words are positive, the meaning, not positive at all.
For example, the project is a complete disaster. Someone says, "Oh, great, another perfect day at the office." They don't mean great, they don't mean perfect. That gap between the words and the meaning, that is sarcasm.
Now, the chunks.
Chunk 1. A sarcastic tone or a sarcastic voice. It is not just the words, it is how they are delivered. Flat, slow, exaggerated. The tone tells you do not take this literally.
For example, I could hear the sarcastic tone in his message, even though it was just text. Even in writing, sarcasm comes through. The word choice, the punctuation, the exaggeration. You feel the sarcastic tone without hearing the voice.
And in text messages, sarcasm is very dangerous because tone is invisible. What feels obviously sarcastic to you might feel genuinely rude to the reader. Be careful with sarcastic tone in writing.
Chunk 2, a sarcastic comment or a sarcastic remark. One specific statement designed to mock, to tease, to point out something ridiculous through irony.
For example, when the meeting ran 40 minutes over time, she made a sarcastic remark. "Oh, wonderful. I had absolutely nothing else to do today." She had plenty of other things to do. That was the whole point. A sarcastic remark.
A sarcastic comment in the wrong moment, in a tense room, with the wrong person, can cause real damage, even if you meant it as humor. Context matters enormously with sarcasm.
Chunk 3. Highly sarcastic or incredibly sarcastic. A person whose whole communication style relies on irony and dry jokes all the time, not just occasionally.
For example, my best friend is incredibly sarcastic. Everything he says has a layer of irony underneath it. You learn to read him, but if you are new, you might think he is being rude. He's not. He's just incredibly sarcastic.
Highly sarcastic people are often very funny once you understand their humor, but they require a calibration period. You need to learn their frequency before you can fully enjoy the signal.
Calibration period. That is the perfect phrase for it.
Chunk 4. Just being sarcastic. Your joke landed wrong, someone took it seriously, or someone got offended, and you clarify, "I didn't mean it literally, I was just being sarcastic."
For example, I'm so sorry, I didn't actually mean the presentation was boring, I was just being sarcastic about the length. You were joking. They didn't hear the joke. Just being sarcastic is your explanation, your small apology.
Just being sarcastic is important to know because sarcasm genuinely does not translate across all cultures and personalities. What is obviously funny to one person is genuinely hurtful to another. Know your audience.
And chunk 5, a sarcastic laugh or a sarcastic smile. Not real joy, not genuine amusement. A physical expression that says, "I cannot believe this is happening," without saying a single word.
For example, the deadline was moved up again. She just gave a slow, sarcastic smile and opened her laptop. No words, no complaint, just the smile, which communicated everything. A sarcastic smile says more than a speech.
A sarcastic laugh is the sound of someone who has completely run out of genuine reactions. They've moved past frustration, past anger, into a dry, exhausted amusement at the situation.
Two stories. Mine first, about just being sarcastic. Early in my career, I had a habit of using sarcasm casually, in messages, in meetings, in passing comments. It felt natural to me. It was how I communicated with close friends. One day, a colleague came to me looking genuinely upset. She said, "Did you mean what you said in the meeting about my idea?" I had said, "Oh yes, that will definitely solve everything." I meant it as a joke, a sarcastic comment about how complex the problem was.
She heard it as, "You think my idea is stupid."
Completely literally. And I felt terrible. I said immediately, "I was just being sarcastic. I didn't mean it that way at all. Your idea was genuinely good." But the damage was already there.
And the lesson?
Sarcasm without trust is just criticism. She didn't know me well enough yet to hear the joke behind the words. I learned, read the room, read the relationship. Not everyone is calibrated to your frequency.
My story is about a sarcastic laugh, and it is very recent. Last month, a project I was working on had a deadline. Clear, agreed, everyone knew. 3 days before the deadline, the scope changed significantly. More work added, same deadline, no extra time. My manager sent the message explaining the changes. I read it again, and I let out the most tired, dry, sarcastic laugh.
The sarcastic laugh of someone who is not surprised but is absolutely exhausted.
Exactly that laugh. Not angry, not devastated, just, of course this happened. The sarcastic laugh was the only appropriate response to that specific moment.
The sarcastic laugh is the sound of someone who has seen this movie before.
Yes, and after the laugh, I got to work, because the deadline was still the deadline. Sarcastic laugh, then action.
Okay, let's finish. Sarcastic, saying one thing and meaning the opposite. Using irony to mock, joke, or express exhausted disbelief. Powerful when used well, risky when used carelessly.
Your 5 chunks: a sarcastic tone or voice, the flat or exaggerated delivery that signals the words are not literal, a sarcastic comment or remark, one specific statement designed to mock through irony, highly or incredibly sarcastic, a person whose whole communication style runs on dry humor and irony, just being sarcastic, the clarification when your joke landed wrong and someone took it seriously, and a sarcastic laugh or smile, the physical expression of tired, dry disbelief at a situation.
Homework today. Think about your own relationship with sarcasm. Do you use it often? Do people around you understand it? Or have you ever had a just being sarcastic moment where a joke caused an unintended reaction?
Sarcasm is a powerful communication tool, but like all powerful tools, it requires skill and awareness of who is holding it.
Know your audience, read the room, and use sarcasm wisely.
Thanks for listening to Word Unlocked. See you next time.
Stay curious, and I mean that completely sincerely. Later.
Was that sarcastic?
You will never know.